Today, we're diving into a report from Virtualization Options LLC, a research group out of Colorado that's all about helping executives, especially those not in tech roles, understand how technology really drives their business. And they ask a really critical question. Is your IT department just a cost you have to manage, or is it a genuine partner helping you grow? Let's unpack. So let's just get right to it. Think about your own company for a second. Is your IT department a line item on a budget? A cost you're always trying to shrink? Or is it the secret weapon that gives you a real competitive advantage? The way your organization answers that question, even implicitly, really defines your future. You see, this is the big idea, the real mind shift we all need to make. The days of IT just being the folks in the back room, keeping the lights on, those days are long gone. It's not a support function anymore. It's a strategic asset. Today, technology is the engine for innovation, and your IT team is holding the keys. Okay, so if IT is so strategic, what does that actually mean for the business? Why should you really care about getting this alignment right? Well, because when you nail it, it's not just some feel-good corporate goal. It actually unlocks real, measurable growth across your entire business. Let's see what that value looks like.
And these benefits, they hit the bottom line big time. It all starts with efficiency, using tech to make your workflows smoother and smarter. That streamlined work produces way better, more accurate data, which then lets you make much smarter strategic decisions. And the ultimate payoff of all that? A better customer experience, which, as we all know, is the real driver of loyalty and growth.
And when we talk about an improved customer experience, that's not just some fluffy buzzword. It's built on tangible things your IT team does every single day. We're talking about that seamless online platform your customers actually enjoy using, the personalized services you can offer because you have the right data, and the efficient support systems that are there for them when they need help. It's all technology. Right, so the benefits are pretty clear, aren't they? It seems like a no-brainer. So why on earth are so many companies still struggling to make this happen? Well, it turns out there are a few really common and, frankly, really stubborn roadblocks that just keep getting in the way. And this right here, this is probably the biggest reason for the disconnect. It's a tale of two different scorecards. Think about it. Your IT team, they're judged on technical stuff, system uptime, stability, keeping costs down. But the business side of the house, they're focused on market goals, revenue, growth, customer happiness. When you give two teams completely different ways to win, you can't be surprised when they run in different directions. And it really boils down to a communication problem. As the report puts it, IT and business often speak different languages. And it's so true, right? A business leader talks about market penetration, and the IT team just hears unpredictable server load. Then the IT team talks about refactoring a code base, and the business leader just hears expensive delays with no new features. And the damage from this disconnect, it's not small. You get these huge communication gaps, which lead to teams having totally conflicting priorities. That means you're just wasting money and resources. Trust completely breaks down. And what's the end result? You spend a ton of money on some shiny new IT solution that, sure, it technically works, but it completely fails to solve the actual business problem it was supposed to. Okay, so that's the problem. It's a real mess. So how do we actually fix it? Well, the great news is this isn't some impossible puzzle. The report lays out a really practical framework to finally bridge this gap and get IT working as that true strategic partner we've been talking about. And it all comes down to a simple three-pillar framework, super easy to remember. First, build bridges, not silos. Second, invest with purpose. And third, innovate and adapt. That's it. Let's break down what's inside each of these. All right, pillar number one, build bridges. This is all about the people and the culture. It's not about tech, it's about talk. We're talking about setting up regular meetings, like actually getting business leaders in the room when IT is making plans. It means promoting open dialogue where it's safe to ask questions. And maybe most importantly, creating shared ownership. When a project succeeds, everyone succeeds. If it fails, everyone owns it. You're deliberately designing a culture where you're all in it together. Okay, pillar two, invest with purpose. This is where the rubber meets the road financially. The rule is simple. Every single dollar you spend on technology has to be directly tied to a specific business goal. No more tech for tech's sake. This means you have to define clear, measurable business outcomes for every project, and you absolutely have to measure its return on investment. This is about making your tech budget accountable.
And look, this is why that matters so much. That bar on the left, that's what most companies do. It's unaligned spending. You're spending a lot of money, but you're getting very little real business impact. Now look what happens when you shift to that strategic model on the right. Your costs are optimized, and the business impact just skyrockets. The difference isn't small, it's massive.
And that brings us to our final pillar: innovate and adapt. This is all about making sure you don't get left behind. Operationally, it means using methods like agile development so you can react quickly when the market changes. Technologically, it means you're actively looking at things like AI and the cloud to get a real competitive edge. And structurally, it means building an IT architecture that can actually grow with you, not hold you back. Okay, so we have the framework: build bridges, invest with purpose, and innovate. But a great plan on paper doesn't do anything by itself, right? To actually turn this into reality, well, that takes a very deliberate, very visible commitment, and it has to come straight from the top. And really, it comes down to two things that leadership has to do. First, you have to be the biggest champion for this vision. You have to talk about it all the time and empower your teams to work across those old silos. And second, you've got to change how you measure success. This means establishing KPIs, key performance indicators, that are tied directly to business outcomes, not just technical stuff like server uptime. And this might just be the most critical takeaway of all. Alignment isn't a project with a start and an end date. You don't just do it and check it off the list. It's a permanent strategic commitment, a new way of operating that requires constant communication and continuous adjustment. So we're going to end right where we started, with a question to take back to your own team. Are you really, truly unlocking the competitive power of your technology? Or are you just managing its cost on a spreadsheet? Because if the answer isn't a confident yes, then the work needs to start now.